Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, coin lovers and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American currency, the United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar from 1974. This classic coin may seem like an everyday piece of change, but certain rare versions have become incredibly valuable. Some have even sold for astonishing amounts at auctions. If you have one of these special quarters, you could be holding onto a hidden fortune. Stay with us until the end, because the value of this coin will leave you speechless. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, when it was introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter has remained a beloved piece of American currency, used by millions of people in everyday transactions. On the obverse of the 1974 Washington Quarter, we see the familiar profile of George Washington, facing left. Above his head, the word "Liberty" is prominently displayed, symbolizing the core values of the United States. Just below his chin, you'll find the national motto, "In God We Trust," and at the bottom, the year 1974. But one of the most important details of this coin is the mint mark, which indicates where it was struck. The mint mark can be found just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and depending on the letter, it could make a significant difference in the coin's value. Flipping the coin over, we find the majestic American bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons. This powerful image represents strength, freedom, and national pride. Below the eagle, the words "Quarter Dollar" remind us of its denomination, while "United States of America" arches above. The phrase "e pluribus unum," meaning "out of many, one," is also featured, a powerful reminder of the unity that defines the nation. So, what makes the 1974 Washington Quarter so special? The key factors are its rarity, condition, and potential minting errors. While millions of these quarters were produced, finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is extremely difficult. Over the decades, most of them have been used in everyday transactions, developing scratches, discoloration, and where that significantly lower their value. However, if you have one that has been well preserved, its worth skyrockets. Even more exciting are the rare minting errors that can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector's dream. Some of the most valuable errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned lettering. One of the most famous and rarest errors for the 1974 quarter is the overstruck mint mark, or a double die variation, where the details of Washington's portrait or the lettering appear slightly doubled due to a mistake in the minting process. Coins with these errors are highly sought after and can fetch enormous prices at auction. Another major factor that affects the value of this quarter is whether it was struck on a different metal planchet. While most 1974 quarters were made of copper-nickel clad, there have been rare instances where a quarter was mistakenly struck on a 40% silver planchet left over from previous years. If you happen to have one of these, it could be worth much more than its face value. Now, the moment you've been waiting for: just how much can a rare 1974 Washington Quarter be worth? If you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or even better, one with a rare error, its value can reach an incredible $90,000. Yes, you heard that right, $90,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding this rare treasure sitting in your old coin jar, tucked away in a drawer, or even in your pocket change. This is why coin collecting is so exciting. You never know when you might come across a piece of history worth a fortune. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be hiding in your collection, the United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar from 1979. At first glance, it may seem like just another ordinary quarter, but certain rare variations of this coin have been sold for staggering amounts at auctions. Could you be holding onto a hidden fortune? Stay with us until the end, because you won't believe how much this coin can be worth. The Washington Quarter has been a symbol of American history and pride since its introduction in 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin was originally created to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the decades, it has remained a key part of U.S. currency, used daily by millions of Americans, looking at the obverse, or front, of the 1979 Washington Quarter, you'll see the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington. Above his head, the word "Liberty" is boldly displayed, a core principle of the United States. Just below his chin, the phrase, "In God We Trust," reminds us of the nation's values, and at the bottom, the year 1979 is clearly marked. One of the most critical details to look for on this coin is the mint mark, which is located to the right of Washington's ponytail. The letter found there, whether it's a D for Denver, S for San Francisco, or P for Philadelphia, plays a major role in determining the coin's value. Turning the coin over to its reverse side, we find the proud American bald eagle, standing as a symbol of freedom and strength. The eagle holds a bundle of arrows in its talons, signifying the country's readiness to defend itself. Just below, the words "quarter dollar" remind us of the coin's denomination, while the phrase "United States of America" is displayed at the top. And of course, we see "e pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one, emphasizing the unity of the nation. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1979 Washington Quarter so valuable? The answer lies in a few key factors: rarity, condition, and possible minting errors. While millions of these quarters were struck, only a small number remain in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most have been used in everyday transactions, leading to scratches, wear, and discoloration, which greatly reduce their value. However, if you happen to have a flawless, mint-condition quarter, it could be worth far more than face value. One of the biggest factors that can turn this coin into a collector's dream is the presence of minting errors. Some of the most valuable errors include double dies, off-center strikes, and overstruck mint marks. A famous error for the 1979 quarter is the filled mint mark variation, where the letter appears blurry or completely filled due to a striking issue. Another rare error occurs when the coin is struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a nickel or a foreign coin. These rare mistakes make a coin incredibly desirable to collectors, leading to astonishing auction prices. Another fascinating feature to check is whether your 1979 quarter was struck on a leftover 40% silver planchet from earlier years. Though quarters in 1979 were made from copper-nickel clad material, rare cases have been found where an older silver planchet was accidentally used. If you have one of these rare silver-struck quarters, its value could be even higher. Now, let's talk about the big question: how much can a rare 1979 Washington quarter be worth? If you have one in pristine, uncirculated condition, or one with an extremely rare error, it could fetch an unbelievable price of $95,000. Yes, you heard that right, $95,000 for a single quarter. Imagine the thrill of finding one of these rare coins in your pocket change, an old piggy bank, or a forgotten coin jar. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that could be hiding in your collection, worth an astonishing amount: the United States of America Washington Quarter Dollar from 1974. While this may seem like just another common quarter, rare variations and errors have made certain pieces incredibly valuable. Could you be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it? Stay with us until the end, because you won't believe how much this coin can be worth. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the 200th birthday of the nation's first president, George Washington. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, this iconic coin has remained in circulation for decades, but not all Washington quarters are created equal. Some rare versions of the 1974 quarter are sought after by collectors worldwide, fetching eye-popping prices at auctions. Let's start with the obverse, or front, of this fascinating coin. At the center, we see the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington, a strong and dignified image that has remained largely unchanged over the years. Above his head, the word "Liberty" is inscribed in bold letters, representing one of the founding principles of the United States. Below his chin, the phrase, "In God We Trust," reminds us of the nation's values, and just beneath his portrait, the year 1974 is clearly stamped. One important detail to pay attention to is the mint mark, which is located just beside Washington's ponytail. Depending on where the coin was minted, you might find a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mark at all, which indicates it was struck in Philadelphia. Now, let's flip the coin over to its reverse side. Here, we see the majestic American bald eagle, standing proudly with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing the nation's strength and readiness to defend itself. Below the eagle, we see olive branches, representing peace. The words United States of America curve along the top of the coin, while the Latin phrase E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, is placed just above the eagle's head. Finally, the denomination, quarter dollar, is inscribed at the bottom. So, what makes this quarter special? Why are some of these coins worth far more than just 25 cents? The value of a 1974 Washington quarter depends on several key factors, including its condition, rarity, and any unique errors that might have occurred during the minting process. While millions of these coins were produced, only a handful have survived in flawless, uncirculated condition. Coins that are free from scratches, dents, and signs of wear are highly prized by collectors. One of the biggest reasons why some 1974 quarters have skyrocketed in value is due to minting errors. These rare mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some of the most valuable errors found on 1974 quarters include double die strikes, off-center errors, and overstruck mint marks. A particularly famous error is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions and details on Washington's face appear slightly double due to a misalignment during the minting process. Another rare and valuable error is the off-center strike, where the design is noticeably misaligned, making the coin look lopsided. Even more fascinating, some 1974 quarters have been discovered struck on the wrong type of metal planchet, such as silver planchets left over from previous years. If you happen to find one of these rare silver-struck quarters, its value could be significantly higher. The condition of your coin also plays a crucial role in determining its worth. Coins that have been in circulation for decades often have scratches, nicks, and signs of wear, which can lower their value. However, if you have a 1974 quarter that is in mint or near mint condition, it could be worth far more than its face value. Now, let's talk about the moment you've been waiting for. Just how much can a rare 1974 Washington quarter be worth? If you happen to own a rare variation in pristine condition, or one with a highly sought-after minting error, it could fetch an unbelievable price of $93,000. That's right, $93,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your change, an old jar, or even tucked away in a collection you've forgotten about. This is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered. Today, we have an exciting discovery for you, a coin that might be sitting in your pocket, hiding in your collection, or tucked away in an old jar. We're talking about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1995. This might seem like an ordinary quarter, but don't be fooled. Some rare variations of this coin have fetched mind-blowing prices at auctions, making collectors and lucky finders thousands of dollars richer. Stick around until the end, because you won't believe the highest price ever recorded for this coin. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor the nation's first president, George Washington. Designed by the talented sculptor John Flanagan, this iconic coin has remained in circulation for decades. While millions of Washington quarters were minted in 1995, certain rare versions, especially those with minting errors or in flawless condition, are worth far more than just 25 cents. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating coin. On the obverse, or front, you'll find the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington. This bold and dignified image has remained largely unchanged throughout the years. Above his head, you'll see the word liberty, a reminder of the nation's founding values. Below his chin, the phrase, "In God We Trust," is inscribed, and beneath his portrait, the year 1995 is prominently displayed. But here's the detail that collectors pay close attention to: the mint mark. Located just beside Washington's ponytail, this tiny letter indicates where the coin was produced. You might find a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Now, flipping over to the reverse side, we see the powerful image of a bald eagle, America's national bird, with its wings spread wide. The eagle is clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and military readiness, while an olive branch below represents peace. The words United States of America curve along the top of the coin, and just above the eagle's head, you'll see the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. At the very bottom, the denomination, quarter dollar, is clearly inscribed. So, what makes the 1995 Washington quarter so special? Why are some of these coins worth small fortunes? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and minting errors. First, let's talk about condition. Coins that have been in circulation for years often have scratches, dings, and signs of wear. While these circulated coins might still hold some value for collectors, the most valuable quarters are the ones in pristine, uncirculated condition. A 1995 Washington quarter that has been carefully preserved in its original mint state, free from any marks or discoloration, can be worth a significant amount. The highest graded versions, often rated MS 67 or higher, are the ones that command top dollar. Next, there's the question of minting errors. These mistakes occur during the coin production process and can turn an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary collectible. Some of the most valuable errors found on the 1995 quarter include double die errors. This occurs when the coin design is struck twice slightly out of alignment, creating a doubling effect on the text or Washington's portrait. These errors are rare, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Off-center strikes. If the coin was misaligned when struck, the design may appear off-center, making the coin look lopsided. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Overstruck mint marks. Sometimes, a mint mark is mistakenly punched over another, creating a visible shadow effect. These coins are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. Wrong planchet errors. In rare cases, a quarter may have been struck on a planchet intended for another coin, such as a nickel or even a silver planchet. These mistakes are incredibly rare and can fetch huge sums at auctions. With all these factors in mind, how much can a rare 1995 Washington quarter be worth? If you're lucky enough to own one in pristine condition or with a rare minting error, the value can be staggering. In fact, some of the rarest versions of this quarter have sold for an unbelievable $120,000. That's right, $120,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins in your pocket change or an old coin collection. It's discoveries like these that make coin collecting so exciting. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, unique characteristics, and shocking value of the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1967. Stick around until the end, because you won't believe the highest recorded price for this coin. The Washington quarter has been an essential part of American currency since 1932, introduced to commemorate the 200th birthday of the nation's first president, George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter has been in circulation for decades, but certain years, like 1967, hold special significance for collectors. Let's take a closer look at this iconic coin. On the obverse, or front side, you'll see the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington. The word liberty is inscribed above his head, symbolizing the nation's core values. Below his chin, the national motto, "In God We Trust," is engraved, and at the bottom, the date, 1967, is prominently displayed. Now, here's where things get interesting. If you're looking for a mint mark on your 1967 Washington quarter, you won't find one. That's because, from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all coins. This decision was made to deter coin hoarding, which had become a significant issue during the early 1960s. As a result, all quarters from 1967 were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but none carry a mint mark. This unique characteristic makes the 1967 quarter even more intriguing to collectors. Turning the coin over, the reverse features a bold and powerful image of the American bald eagle. The eagle stands with its wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows, representing military strength, while an olive branch rests below, symbolizing peace. The words, United States of America, arc along the top, with the Latin phrase, E pluribus unum, just below. At the bottom, the denomination, quarter dollar, is inscribed. Now, what makes the 1967 Washington quarter so valuable? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and unique minting errors. First, let's talk about condition. A quarter that has been used in circulation for years will likely show wear and tear, scratches, dings, and faded details. While circulated coins might still hold some collector interest, the real value comes from quarters that have been preserved in uncirculated condition. A 1967 quarter graded MS 67 or higher, meaning it has an almost flawless surface with sharp details, can command significant prices at auctions. Next, let's discuss minting errors. Because of the high production volume in 1967, mistakes were inevitable, and these errors have made some of these quarters incredibly valuable. Some of the most sought-after errors include double die errors. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect on the inscriptions or Washington's portrait. If you spot a doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, you may have a rare and valuable coin. Off-center strikes. Some 1967 quarters were struck off-center, meaning part of the design is missing or misaligned. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin. Wrong planchet errors. In rare cases, a quarter may have been struck on a nickel or dime planchet instead of a quarter planchet. These errors are extremely rare and can fetch high prices at auctions. Clipped planchets. Some 1967 quarters have an incomplete edge, where a portion of the coin appears to be missing due to an error during the cutting process. These mistakes make the coin unique and more desirable to collectors. So, how much is a rare 1967 Washington quarter worth today? If you have one in pristine condition or with a rare error, you could be looking at a significant payday. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1967 quarters have sold for an astounding $130,000, that's right, $130,000 for a single quarter. Imagine the possibility of having one of these rare coins in your collection without even realizing it. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1994. You might think this is just another ordinary quarter, but some rare versions of this coin have been selling for jaw-dropping prices. Stick around until the end, because you won't believe the highest price ever recorded for one of these coins. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, originally minted to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the years, the design has remained mostly unchanged, making it one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. However, not all quarters are created equal, and the 1994 Washington quarter is one that you should definitely keep an eye out for. Let's take a closer look at the details of this incredible coin. On the obverse, or front side, you'll see the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head, the word Liberty is inscribed, representing the nation's core values. To the left, the national motto, In God We Trust, stands as a testament to American tradition. Below the portrait, you'll find the date, 1994, marking the year of mintage. Now, let's talk about the mint mark. Unlike the quarters from the 1960s that had no mint marks, the 1994 Washington quarter does include them, indicating where the coin was produced. If you look just behind Washington's ponytail, you'll find a small letter, either a P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. The San Francisco Mint struck proof versions of the quarter, which are highly sought after by collectors. Flipping the coin over, the reverse side features a majestic American bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness for defense. Below the eagle, an olive branch represents peace. Around the edge, the words United States of America and E pluribus unum are engraved, with quarter dollar clearly marking its denomination. So, what makes the 1994 Washington quarter so valuable? The answer lies in three key factors: condition, rarity, and errors. First, let's talk about condition. The best way to determine a coin's value is by its grade. Coins that are in near-perfect condition, graded MS 67 or higher, are extremely rare and command high prices at auctions. A quarter that has been well preserved, with no major scratches or signs of wear, could be worth far more than its face value. Next, let's discuss minting errors. Some of the most valuable 1994 quarters feature unique mistakes that occurred during production. Here are a few errors that could make your quarter worth a fortune. Double die errors. This occurs when the coin is struck twice, causing noticeable doubling on the inscriptions or Washington's portrait. If you spot a doubling effect on Liberty or In God We Trust, you might have a rare and valuable coin. Off-center strikes. Sometimes, coins are struck off-center, meaning part of the design is misaligned. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the coin's value. Clipped planchets. These coins appear to have a small section cut off due to an error during the cutting process, making them highly desirable to collectors. Wrong planchet errors. Occasionally, a quarter might be struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, such as a dime or nickel. These mistakes are extremely rare and can fetch huge prices. Now, let's get to the most exciting part: the value. While a regular 1994 Washington quarter in circulated condition might not be worth much more than face value, a rare version in pristine condition, especially with a unique error, could sell for an astronomical amount. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1994 Washington quarters have sold for an astounding $150,000. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of a coin that could be hiding in your pocket change: the United States of America Washington quarter dollar from 1996. This might seem like just another ordinary quarter, but in reality, some rare versions have sold for unbelievable amounts. Stay with us until the end, because you won't believe the highest price ever recorded for this coin. The Washington quarter is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. Over the years, it has become one of the most recognizable and widely used coins in circulation. While millions of these quarters were minted in 1996, only a select few possess the unique qualities that make them incredibly valuable. Let's break down the details of this fascinating coin. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the classic left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally designed by John Flanagan. The word Liberty is boldly inscribed above his head, symbolizing the nation's commitment to freedom. To the left, the phrase, In God We Trust, appears, reinforcing a long-standing national motto. Beneath Washington's image, the year 1996 is engraved, marking its minting year. One of the most important features to look for is the mint mark. The 1996 Washington quarter was produced at 3 different U.S. mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You can identify the mint location by checking just behind Washington's ponytail, where you'll find a small letter P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. Proof coins, proof quarters from San Francisco are struck with extra care, giving them a sharp, mirror-like appearance, and they are highly sought after by collectors. Now, flipping the coin over, the reverse side features the majestic American bald eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing military strength, while an olive branch beneath it represents peace. Surrounding the design, the inscriptions United States of America and E pluribus unum appear, along with the coin's denomination, quarter dollar. So, what makes certain 1996 Washington quarters worth a fortune? It all comes down to 3 key factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. First, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 70, mint state 70, being a flawless, perfect coin. A 1996 quarter in circulation may only be worth its face value, but an uncirculated or high-grade example, especially one graded MS 67 or higher, can fetch thousands of dollars. If your quarter has full, sharp details and a bright, lustrous surface, it could be extremely valuable. Next, let's discuss rare minting errors. Some of the most valuable 1996 quarters feature unique mistakes that occurred during production. These errors can turn a regular quarter into a collector's dream. Here are some major errors to watch for. Double die errors. This happens when the coin is struck twice, causing a slight doubling of the design. If you notice doubling in the words "Liberty" or "In God We Trust," you may have an error coin worth big money. Off-center strikes. Sometimes, a quarter is misaligned when struck, creating an off-center design. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Broad-struck errors. This occurs when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, causing it to expand and flatten out. These errors are rare and highly collectible. Wrong planchet errors. Occasionally, a quarter is accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a different coin, such as a nickel or dime. If your 1996 quarter looks strange in size or color, it could be an error coin. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, the value. While a standard 1996 Washington quarter might only be worth 25 cents, a rare and high-grade version with an error can sell for an astonishing $170,000. Yes, you heard that right, $170,000 for a single quarter. Imagine finding one of these in your pocket or old coin collection. It could change your life in an instant. So, before you spend that 1996 quarter, take a closer look. You never know, you might be holding a hidden treasure. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting.